Hey guys, what's up? This is Leo with Sim.us, and I've just did my unboxing review of this BLU Pure XL phone. Here it's a 6-inch octa-core, mega fast, very good, expensive phone, $350 on Amazon. And right now I actually want to review this BLU Studio Energy 2. And this is a smaller device. It's a 5-inch, not 6-inch device, but it has a super large capacity battery, 5000 milliamp hours. By comparison, this guy has only 3500 and it's a larger screen. So this phone battery should last you a very long time. And so let's do an unboxing of this phone and a quick review. So while I'm opening it, it's a dual Sim LTE phone. It has a quad-core 1.3 gigahertz processor. Now that's A53 ARM A53 core, so it's 64-bit processor. It's not super fast, you know, but it's enough to get the job done for most people. And there is a smaller version of this phone. It's a BLU Studio Energy something with a 4-inch screen or 4.5-inch and 4000 milliamp hours. This is a higher end energy line of BLU phones. So this phone cost me $179 on Amazon. If you want to buy it, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you plan to buy it anyway, please use that link. It will support our channel and won't cost you anything extra. Alright, so like I said, this is a 4G LTE phone, which is super awesome for low end and super high capacity battery. Android 5.0 Lollipop, which is nice. I hope they did good job on a software side, because my previous experience with BLU phones was, you know, hit and miss. I didn't like the software, I like the hardware. 1.5 gigabyte RAM, pretty nice. I think it's 16 gigabyte storage on this phone, if I remember correctly, and the lower end is 8 gigabyte storage. Okay, so here is the phone itself. And like I said, we already looked at the specs, so not interested in that anymore. Okay, here is the phone itself. It's pretty thick, guys. It's not a thin device, and you know, not too light either. But it's a 5-inch. It's nice. Sits nicely in your hand. It's pretty convenient. Compared to this big guy, I can barely reach the back button, the multitasking button. Here it's much easier. So small screen means nice. Okay, so put that aside for a second. Let's see what else is in the box. Take it off. Okay. So if you watched the unboxing of Pure XL, they also included a USB on the go cable, which is nice. I've never used it. I'm sure it's great. But so here is a micro USB cable, and you know, I really don't like this cable. You probably want to get something else, because whenever they have this thick rubber connector, it usually means that micro USB head will fall out of your phone easily. So it's just one of those no-name generic cheap USB cables. And just for comparison purposes, I'll show you. Here's a USB cable from the BLU Pure XL. I know I go back to a different phone, but you know, I opened both phones today. I just got them in the mail. Super excited about them. You know, I feel like a kid on a Christmas morning. Got all my gifts. But yeah, so this USB cable is not the best. I think BLU could have done a better job with that. But you know, if you have a phone, another phone, you probably have a USB cable already. You probably go through them a lot because they don't last long, so it's not a biggie. Okay, so headphones, pretty cheap looking, you know, flimsy, but you know, they'll work for the beginning, and then if you want good sound, get better headphones anyway. So charger here, and let's take a look at it. What do we have? So I don't know if I can focus the camera on it, but it's 5 volt 2 amp charger. So let me move this stuff so I can show you. Yeah, I can't focus on it anyway. So, like I said, it's 2 amp charger. Should charge pretty fast. Good for them to put it in there. Okay, so you have your dual SIM instructions in multiple languages. That's great. You have your startup guide if you never used Android or you're not familiar with BLU devices, dual SIM functionality and all that good stuff. Take a read. Okay, they've included a soft TPU case. That's nice, you know, I mean, I know from experience and I know for a fact this case will turn yellow after 6 to 9 months. It will look nasty and ugly, but it's a good starter case because you don't want to drop and destroy your phone in the first couple of days because you didn't get the case yet, and it's hard to find cases for these phones because they're not super popular. It's not your iPhone or Galaxy S, you know, there's not a lot of third-party manufacturers making cases and other accessories for this bad boy, so it's nice for them to include it. It will keep your phone safe in the beginning, and then if you decide to keep it, that's fine. It just won't look pretty. It will be like dirty, yellow, ugly. I mean, you can wash it, but you probably can't wash the yellow because the TPU case itself changes color. Okay, and last but not least, they have included a screen protector. So I assume this is a plastic screen protector. I wish they included tempered glass, but you know what? My experience with tempered glass, that it sucks. It cracks anyway and doesn't work that well. So I prefer screen protectors that are liquid applied, and I'm going to go ahead and find one for this phone as well as the Pure XL. I used to use Extreme Guard. Actually, I have a couple of reviews of Extreme Guard screen protectors. They are, you use basically a little water to apply them, and while the installation is kind of complicated, once you apply them, they lay very nicely on the screen and they don't come off, they don't get scratched, you know, they're just much nicer than this dry applied cheap plastic screen protector. Anyway, so this is what we have in the box, and let's look at the phone now. Okay, so on the right side we have volume buttons and power button. So you have microphone jack on the top, nothing on the left side, and a micro USB charger on the bottom. Okay, so let's peel this thing off. Don't need it. Screen 5-inch, pretty nice. You have back, home and multitasking capacitive touch buttons. Would be nice for them to actually make a on-screen button. I was always a fan of, you know, capacitive physical buttons, but lately I've, you know, changed my mind. I outgrew that and I'm a fan of on-screen buttons now. Okay, so let's take a look under the hood. Now this back cover is a little difficult to get off. You know, just be careful, don't break it. Now let me pause it and I'll take it off and resume. Okay, so I took it off. Now on the back of this phone it says you have a 8 megapixel camera, probably pretty crappy. I wouldn't say they included a good camera, but we're gonna do some tests. And 4G LTE, dual SIM, nice. So one SIM 2 SIM 1, and I was actually looking for a micro SD card port. It's right there. Okay, battery, cassette, 500 milliamp hours, non-removable, single speaker, and that's about it. Now I believe this side edge is made of aluminum, so this is brushed aluminum. It doesn't feel like plastic. The phone feels pretty heavy, and this feels like aluminum, not plastic, which is nice of them. You know, it gives a little bit of a more premium feel to the phone. And so let's turn it on. Now, when it turns on, guys, I'm actually gonna pause it. I'm gonna do a quick setup so we don't have to waste time going through, you know, standard settings, and then I'm gonna resume it and show you how it works. Okay, come back soon. Alright guys, so I've set up the phone. One last thing I want to do is change a wallpaper, because this is what it came with, and I think this is horrible, ugly wallpaper, and you can't really see anything on it. So let's change the theme to something like that. I know it's not the best wallpaper, but at least we can see on the screen. Okay, so basically I suppose BLU got this new theme going on, but if we look again at the Pure Excel, so on the Pure Excel the settings, the quick settings are on the bottom. It's kind of annoying actually, but I guess I'll get used to it. And the energy, the Studio Energy 2, you have your standard Android lollipop settings, quick settings, etc. Pretty nice. Actually, I like the standard stuff better, but whatever. So, like I said, BLU got this new launcher, new software thing going on, and basically this launcher is I don't know what it is, what it's called, but it's iPhone style. You don't have an app drawer, so all apps are on your home screens. Some people like it. I guess I'll get used to it or change the launcher. So LTE in SIM 1, that's nice. So let's try to go into settings and see if we can change data source. Okay, so basically what this is really nice, guys. I can't stress this enough, because in older dual SIM phones, even like a fairly new Asus Zenfone 2, you couldn't select a data source. It was always SIM number 1. You could never change, you know, where you get your data. You had to actually manually pull the SIM cards and switch them. So if you need the data from SIM number 2, you have to put it in SIM number 1, because that's how it used to be in the old days. Now, at least on these two phones, and also on a Bosch Titan HD 5500 that I recently reviewed, you can change the data source on the software side, which is super convenient. Okay, other than that, it's a Android 5.0, pretty nice, pretty snappy. I can tell you for sure. So I've reviewed a year ago a BLU Studio 6 LTE, and that had a Snapdragon 400 processor, 1.6 gigahertz, so even faster than this guy. But that phone was so slow, so laggy, and I actually had to replace a launcher to get it somewhat working. I'm talking about not being able to use it. It was so ridiculously slow. And recently I actually gave that phone to my dad, and recently something happened to it. He switched back to original launcher, and seriously, I couldn't use that phone, because like to open an app it would take 3 minutes. It was completely ridiculous. So this phone is very snappy, very responsive. So far I'm gonna do like speed tests and gaming performance test for you, but so far looks pretty good. Let's test a camera. Now again, the old BLU software, camera software, and the software overall was pretty crappy, and I actually gotta give it to them, guys. This new camera app, now you can't really see it because the screen is too bright, but snappy, fast, easy to change settings. I like it a lot. I'm serious, like I'm gonna make another video to show you the difference between the less than year-old Studio 6 LTE and how crappy the camera software was on that phone, and how nice and refined and finished it is here. So you have the settings, you can choose easily your picture size. Now the most you can get is 8 megapixel, but whatever. I like widescreen, so let's choose 6 megapixels. You can have countdown, you have geotagging. So all this is very easy to set up, and you even have like some additional settings. Unfortunately, you don't have manual controls of the camera, but you know, whatever. It's nice that this is a budget phone, guys, don't get me wrong, and you know, the quality is pretty damn good for a budget phone camera. I like it. So yeah, this is not a full review, this is just an unboxing video. We're not gonna check everything. There is, you know, there's no fingerprint scanner. It's a basic phone, but it has LTE, which is awesome. Dual SIM, also awesome. And the main point of this phone is a 5,000 milliamp hours. So basically my previous BLU phone, which was One Life something, it had a like a 2000 or 1800 milliamp hours, which was abysmal, you know. I mean, this is a 5-inch phone, so this battery is at least 2.5 times bigger than that other phone that I had, and the Posh Titan HD is 2000 milliamp hours. So basically you should get at least 2 days of running on this phone. You won't basically you can get 2 days out of it. You won't have to charge it for a couple days, maybe even more, depending on how much you use it. And if you're a super heavy user, you definitely will get through the day with this phone. The LTE is very nice, snappy, and so far I'm liking it. Okay guys, so this was Leo with dualsim.us. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button below. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you do want to buy this phone, I will place a link to the Amazon listing for this phone also in the description below. And once again, if you plan to buy it, please use that link. It's gonna support our channel, will not cost you anything extra, and just nice. And if you have any specific questions about this phone, please leave a comment below. You know, tell me what you think about this video, if you enjoyed this long format, or if you think I should make these videos shorter, faster, etc. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the phone. Ask any questions. And once again, thanks for watching. See ya!